Storm Team 3 weather with Tom Kiffin.
And it's a very warm summer evening. We have these nights, you can count on a single hand pretty much how many of these nights we have throughout the year. And it's one of those nights. And as we look over my shoulder here at the NMU webcam at the Northern Center, it is quiet out there and it is clear and it's quiet, and it's going to stay quiet for the rest of the night, but it's going to remain on the warm side. As we look at our Local 3 radar network, we're dry, and as we flip it over to the satellite side of things, you can see some clouds on the edge of your TV screen. Otherwise, we are dry across upper Michigan. As we head back off towards the south and west here, big time thunderstorms across the Nebraska Sandhills. And I want to show you something cool here. Severe thunderstorm warnings, tornado warnings dotting the landscape from South Dakota back into the Nebraska Sandhills, along with flood warnings. But this is a loop over the past 6 hours. Watch these thunderstorms just explode over central Nebraska here. They just went up just like that, and sometimes that can happen across this part of the country. We also have what's left of Tropical Storm Cristobal across Arizona, or Arkansas, and also western Tennessee and Mississippi. This is lifting to the north too, and these two storm systems I just showed you are going to kind of combine forces across the Great Lakes and bring us high probabilities of seeing some wet weather. So here's our Local 3 Futurecast. Dry for the rest of the night. Big time storms stay to the west. What's left of Tropical Storm Cristobal stays well to the south of us through tonight and even into tomorrow afternoon. But watch the clock here. Watch what happens as we go into tomorrow night. We're looking at widespread rain moving on through the overnight hours Tuesday on into Wednesday, and this rain could be soaking to heavy. This lifts to the north. We get a break. Still a rain chance though Wednesday afternoon, but then on the backside of what's left of Cristobal comes another round of rain that will be moving on in here. So potentially another soaking to locally heavy rain Wednesday night on into Thursday, and I think by the time we get to Wednesday, we'll be dealing with some wind as well. Another very warm day on Tuesday is what's ahead, and then as we get to Tuesday night on into Wednesday, heavy rain is possible. But Wednesday and going through the rest of the week, we're going to see the temperatures begin to trend cooler, with temperatures that will be on the cooler side by the time we get to Friday. And unfortunately, for those of you who want a beach day Saturday, it looks like we're looking at another cool but sunny day on Saturday. High temperatures today. Check out Houghton. 93 degrees. We had 91 for Land O'Lakes, 90 for Ironwood, 88 degrees at Sawyer, and officially at the Weather Service before 5 o'clock, we had a high temperature of 86, 49 was the low. Downtown Marquette at the U.S. Coast Guard, 82 as of 5 o'clock, but we actually got a degree or two warmer than that, 46 this morning. We were 4 degrees short of the record high today of 90 set back in 2011. Look at this, still warm out there, and like I said, you can count on one single hand how many of these warmer nights we have throughout the calendar year. We're still at 69 for downtown Marquette at the U.S. Coast Guard, 71 for Sawyer International, 79, still close to that 80-degree mark for Ironwood. We have 72 for Iron Mountain, a little bit cooler along Lake Michigan and also into the eastern UP. Tonight, I just showed you temperatures. They're not going far. 60s for most of us, 50s to around 60 near Lake Michigan, and some spots, especially Ironwood and also the Marquette area, those spots may stay in the 70s tonight with a south to southwest wind, 5 to 15 miles per hour with some higher gusts along Lake Superior in Marquette, Elger, and Baraga counties. So dry conditions on our Local 3 Futurecast as we look at upper Michigan, and these dry conditions continue on into most of the day Tuesday, but I think Tuesday night we do start to pick up the pace in the cloud department a little bit, and then the widespread heavy rain knocking on the door around midnight, and then overnight Tuesday on into Wednesday, widespread heavy rain moving on, or widespread rain, potentially heavy, potentially soaking rain moving through upper Michigan. Could be looking at a ½ inch to maybe an inch and a half of rain during this time. That's out of here. Wednesday afternoon, still a rain chance, and then another round of rain looks to move on in here as we go into Wednesday night on into Thursday morning, and we could see additional rainfall accumulation. As we look at the next 3 days here, we're looking at the clouds possibly picking up the pace later on in the day. Temperatures across upper Michigan on Tuesday will be in the 80s. Some spots, though, could jump into the 90s or the lower 90s. You can see here Newberry at 90 degrees, but locally cooler near some shorelines of the Great Lakes. Notice there Escanaba, Manistee, Eagle River, and Copper Harbor a little bit cooler. Then we all cooled off as we go into Tuesday. Heavy rain is possible early in the morning. High temperatures on Wednesday will be in the 70s, but there could be some spots, especially near the shorelines of the Great Lakes, that could be hanging back in the 60s and a little bit cooler as well. Thursday, we're looking at rain showers once again, and I think we'll be dealing with some wind as well. Friday, the last of the rain showers do start to move on out, and then we're looking at another cool weather day on Saturday, but with sunshine once again. If you're going out on the water, really no weather issues out on the water. Wind and wave-wise should be fine. Just be careful if you have a kayak around Big Bay. Waves there 1 to 3 feet. James will